Welcome back, everybody, to yet another very exciting episode of the High Quality Podcast, the only podcast for high quality fans. I am your host, the new guy, joined as always by my most esteemed co-host, RH Man. What's up, bro?
Hey, man. Dude, I'm glad to be most esteemed. I graduated.
You get more esteemed every week.
Oh, yeah, I am. I recently passed the most esteemed threshold last week.
And today we are joined by a very special guest. Welcome, Berg. Oh, I don't have the numbers in front of me. 8793 to the podcast. How you doing, Berg?
I'm doing great, new guy. Hello, everybody. Berg8793 here. It's nice to be here.
Awesome.
I'm excited because of everyone we've talked to so far. You are easily the person that I personally know the least, but I have a somewhat good understanding of your legacy or the things that you have done. So I'm excited to talk and learn about you.
All right. Yeah. So where do we begin? Where do we begin?
Yeah, let's jump into it. I always start because one thing you should know about me is that I'm a big video game head. I love those things. I can't get enough of them, and I have to assume that you have played video games in your life. Is that fair to assume?
I've played a few video games in my life. I know a lot. I know a lot more video games than I actually own them.
Okay, you think you're more like knowledgeable than a player?
Yeah, like it's mostly due to Let's Plays and live streams, just getting to see essentially like see other people play through games. So if somebody mentions a certain game, it's like, oh yeah, I know that one. I know what that one looks like. I've never actually played it for myself, but I know what it looks like from other people playing them.
Definitely. So where did you like start? Like, how did you get an interest in video games? Like way back whenever that started.
Good question. So let me think here.
Yeah.
I got introduced to video games probably a lot later in life than other people.
Okay.
My first proper gaming console was a Nintendo GameCube.
No, I mean that
Oh, very nice.
couldn't start better than that, in my opinion.
Yeah, that's really good.
The first game I ever played was Mario Kart Double Dash, and that was introduced to me by, I think it was by a relative, like a cousin or something who was visiting.
Uh-huh.
I first played that when I was in 8th grade.
Wow, and that was your first video game ever?
Yes.
Wow.
I did not have video games before that point.
Wow.
That's so interesting.
That's a good start, I guess. Double Dash is great.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so because I think it was the relative brought the actual GameCube and the game along. So it was their own, so they took it when they left, of course.
Uh-huh.
Double Dash is the one game that most of the rest of my family like played fairly consistently. So yeah, after that we actually did buy like a used GameCube and 3 controllers for playing.
Awesome.
So at this point, I own a handful of GameCube and Wii games because I also got a used Wii.
Dope.
So I have that too. I tend to gravitate more towards multiplayer games, which is ironic because other than Double Dash, I'm really the only person in my family that plays video games. I guess to really work with like stuff like Melee. Like I have Super Smash Brothers Melee and Brawl. At least those have some single player modes.
Yeah.
But it's a little hard to play multiplayer by yourself.
No,
Brawl especially.
yeah. Brawl had good single player. I grew up playing Melee single player, and I always tried to get my family members to play with me, and it's always like I never understood why I felt like I could use the controller, but seemingly nobody else could fucking figure out how to work the thing.
I played Melee first. I cannot do Brawl with a Wii controller. I have to use a GameCube controller.
Oh yeah.
It's just so much. It makes more intuitive sense to me.
Yeah.
I think a lot of like Smash tryhards would also probably agree.
Dude, can you imagine pulling up to the local with a sideways Wii remote in 2025? That would be awesome.
That would be aura. I'm not even gonna lie. I mean, pulling up to the Ultimate with the sideways Joy-Con.
Oh my gosh!
You could get all the Smash hugs. Anyways,
I think there was. I think there was. Oh, what was it now? Was it what's it like a Brawl Taunts video or something like that, where it's like things you never hear in a Smash tournament. Let's play a free for all with items on. I brought my Wiimotes.
We need like hardcore Smash players with all items and Wiimotes.
Yeah.
That would be actually content.
At SSB
that'd be great.
Seal, get it. Get good.
SVC, we're waiting.
So that was your earlier years, and then how about like later on, or even like more recently? Like, are you still playing games? What kind of stuff?
I don't play video games nearly as much as I used to. I
Yeah.
do think it would be fun to get back into it at some point. Over the last few years, there's a few different Switch games that I think could be really fun to own.
Do you have a Switch?
I don't have a Switch, unfortunately.
Gotcha.
But now that the Switch 2 is out, hopefully the Switch has gone down enough in price that it'll be worth considering buying one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, stuff like Mario Kart 8 looks crisp as all get out. Breath of the Wild looks amazing.
Sorry, this is so interesting to me that like you are as like entrenched in this community as you are, yet like you don't have the pull that brings you towards actually like playing these games, huh?
I guess not. I guess not. No. No, there are a fair few. Again, I know a lot more about video games that I don't own from watching Let's Plays on YouTube. Specific people that I can think of, especially way back in the day, back to like 2011, would be like the Runaway guys.
Mm-hmm. Classics.
Oh, classic.
Classics.
Yeah, Runaway guys, and out of the three people in that group, especially Proton John.
Really? Like you watch Proton John's like solo stuff?
Yeah, I've watched a fair few. I've watched a fair few solo stuff from John, especially your live streams where he does this thing with Fortune Cookie, and the backlog he has of video games is so huge that you could. It's like well over 10. I'm just trying to think. When did I hear it was over 10,000 games? That would have been a while ago. So it's probably way well over 10,000 games at this point.
What? No.
That's insane.
That's like you couldn't even. That's not you could. That's you couldn't do that in a lifetime. I don't think.
Yeah. That's like every game that exists. Like, I just want to get games 100%.
There are only 10,000 games in this place.
It's just a lot of mobile games. Okay, yeah.
Oh gosh.
Makes sense.
But yeah, to this day, my favorite video game franchises are Kirby. One of my absolute favorites is Kirby.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
And I also like the Super Mario series. In particular, Mario Galaxy is one of my favorite games in the Mario franchise.
Good choice. Also, really good music.
One or two.
Ooh, I don't own two. I own one, so I've played one much more often. Two also looks pretty good from what I've seen of it in videos.
Wow. You look. If we're different in the
What's your take?
amount of games that we play, I can understand that. You have to play Galaxy 2. It's
Galaxy 2 is really good.
It's mandatory homework. This is your high quality podcast homework. You have to go play Galaxy 2. It's my favorite game of all time.
Ah,
It is just a really optimized.
yeah, well, I've got the system for it. It's just a matter of finding the game nowadays.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you could
Amazon.
hack your Wii. Pirate it and play it illegally.
Yeah.
Not an official endorsement, but you could do it.
Like, you could do that. Like, not to say that you should, but you could.
I'm not telling you to do it, but you could do it.
Yeah, but you could do that. Like, that's something that you could do. Just a thought.
Yeah, I like having a game. If I'm actually going to be playing games, I like owning them legitimately.
Yeah, it's fair.
Yeah, that's
Well, cool. And then how about like, obviously you have some musical inclination given that you've made a shit ton of rips and also that your picture is a CD with headphones. Tell me about you and music. Where'd that start?
Oh man, we're gonna go way back for this one. I'm glad I prepared beforehand.
Okay, so this predates games by a lot for you, huh?
Oh yes, music in general is a very big part of my life.
Cool. Tell me about it.
So we're gonna go all the way back to when I was, what was it now? It would have been first grade, so 6 years old.
Wow.
So that was the very first experience with music I had, was when I got piano lessons. I started piano lessons back then.
Word.
And I stayed with that for a good 5 or 6 years, managed to get to grade 6 piano level before I eventually gave that up.
Was that farther than you got, RH? I forget what you said.
Oh,
Oh, you play piano?
I played piano like very shortly,
Oh.
and at the when I just like right after I spawned, I did some piano, and I didn't get very far. I wasn't very good at it. I was more a violin guy.
Oh, right.
But I imagine like in a very similar way, like having that live instrument background really does help with understanding music. So now I understand why you kind of, because also I know that I thought you were a pretty good pianist. Didn't you use that? You use this for like medleys and stuff.
Yeah, that was. Well, I mean, that was. I guess that is something we'll get into later. I did make one piano medley for the end credits of, I believe it was Winterfest 2020.
Winterfest, or was it Summerfest?
There was a Summerfest one as well, but that was a more that wasn't with piano. That was with other instruments. Just the Winterfest one was exclusively piano. That was all with. Unfortunately, it was not me actually playing it. That was all MIDI, which is unfortunate because yeah, it's been long enough that I would need to practice like crazy to get back into piano playing shape.
Yeah.
Okay. So you haven't done it in a while.
Yeah, I have not done that. I have not done that in a very long time. But I think possibly due to those piano lessons, I think like that the musical notes were ingrained in my head so much that I have perfect pitch.
Oh, I'm so jealous, dude. Fuck you. Oh.
Yeah, that's so nice.
It's like a superpower. I'm like, it must be so convenient.
It does. It definitely helps a lot with QOCing.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, you're like the key guy. Oh my god, you're so helpful for that. Oh my god, I really don't feel like looking at this. Time to ping Berg because he has perfect pitch. Oh,
Oh my gosh.
so yeah.
So that was that was like the intro. That was the introduction, was piano lessons.
Uh-huh.
In addition, I've been in singing in like one choir or another since I was age 8.
Okay.
Oh wow.
And I'm 31 now, so that's 23 years worth of singing.
And you're still singing.
Yes, absolutely.
Oh, that's fucking cool. In what context?
Well, let me think here. I'm with a choir right now who I don't know if I want to I don't want to dox myself.
You don't have to.
I don't want to dox myself.
Yeah.
The most I'll say is that the choir itself covers lots of songs, like custom arrangements that are very of like typically like nerdy geeky fandoms, and it's incredible.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Wow.
Wow. That's I mean, if there were ever a singing group for someone like us to be in, it sounds like that's a pretty fucking cool one.
Yeah, with that group in particular, I get to part of the time I'm doing double duty. Part of the time I sing, and part of the time I beatbox.
Whoa.
Shut up. Really? That's fucking sick.
Segue. I'm self-taught in beatboxing since high school.
That is so cool.
Fuck, that's cool.
How do you self-teach yourself? Just like curious. Like, do you just start off like, and then you like just decide to get better?
All right. Well, I'll get it. Yeah. I'll talk a bit about how I got into that. During high school, there was let me think here. Yeah, there was a 3-man a cappella group called Hoja, Hoja.
Oh.
Hoja that came to my high school and did a concert. And they had sound systems set up, and like I could tell, like, oh, well, at least two people are singing. Here? Like, where's the backing track from? Because I was hearing drums and bass throughout their songs. And once I realized that it was one of the guys doing performing drums and bass at the same time, that blew my mind. So I did not know that was a thing you could do.
Yeah.
Partway through that concert, they actually taught the whole audience 2 sounds in particular. And I don't know if these will actually get picked up on the recording, but they were a kick drum and a snare drum.
Wow!
Oh, Chris.
So that way we could do, and that way they could sing Queen's "We Will Rock You."
Wait, new guy, start rapping now.
Lay down a beat.
Oh my gosh. I should have known that this was going to happen.
Do it.
I apologize in advance if this is not going to sound good on my recordings.
It's going to be great.
Okay. Let's see here. What can I do here? Sorry, just thinking.
We also don't have to if it's too much.
Sorry, getting my mouth warmed up.
Here's half a joke. Oh, we're sending it. You gotta get ready.
I'm ready, dude. I'm locked.
All right. Okay.
Yo. Hold on. Here we go. I'm going in.
Okay.
Yo, what's up? It's NG. I'm on the high quality podcast HQP. I'm with RH Man and Berg8793. You know how it be. You know that we podcast all the time. This is season 2. Will there be a season 9? Who knows? We'll find out if it goes. You know that's the story. You are all hoes. Thank you, Mike.
Excellent.
He's insane.
Let's go.
All right, and that's a wraps. Okay.
Wow.
Oh man, I hope that actually went through on my backup recording. Oh gosh.
Wow, that was sick.
So now to back up, to answer your question about how I taught myself RH.
Yeah.
Yeah, the group at that concert taught us like two sounds to begin with, kick drum, snare drum. And then honestly from there I just went along with like all the different music that I was listening to and just seeing what sort of things I could mimic. I did look up various videos of other people beatboxing, so that way I could try and figure out some of the stuff that they do.
Uh-huh.
Shout outs to Pentatonics.
Yeah, they're the OG goats.
Kevin Osula on beatboxing is incredible.
Uh-huh.
So there's some things in his overall sound that I think is a real inspiration for me there.
Wow. Dude, that is so cool. I had no idea about any of that.
Yeah.
So then, of course, naturally, bringing all these things to a head, what's the story of you and the channel? How did you find it? How did you want to get involved with it? Like, walk us through it.
Ooh, okay. Let me see here. I think I just discovered SiIva randomly at some point in like 2018 or 2019.
Wow. It's really late, all things considered.
Yeah, I think I just walked into it randomly and got baited by something.
Oh, nice.
by one of the riffs, something like that. I guaranteed mistook it for regular Gilvasunner or SiIvaGunner.
Right.
As I was a fan of theirs. I've listened to full video game soundtracks from Gilva before.
Mm-hmm.
Let me think here. Yeah, I know one of the first rips I remember hearing was Donkey Kong arcade music 25 meters.
Wow.
I remember that one was one of the earliest rips I remember encountering, and I also because when you hear yakety sax on the hammer melody, you never forget that.
Yeah.
Sorry, what is yakety sax?
Oh, that's the Benny Hill theme.
Oh, okay. I thought it's what I had with RH's mom last night.
Yo, dude, come
Oh my gosh.
That's just nasty.
Sorry. It is right there.
Dude, you can't.
I thought the sax for that would have been Careless Whispers, but all right.
Sheesh. I can't get a break on this podcast. Dude, oh my god.
So anyway, yeah, you found this rip and it made an impact.
Yeah, definitely saw this rip when it did not have very many views, and then from there I found quite a few other rips. I'm pretty sure the of course greatest rip of all time, athletic theme from Super Mario World with Witch Doctor as the joke. Very likely another rip that I saw quite early.
Yeah,
because I definitely remember hearing that one back in the day. But anyways, by 2020, I had watched enough videos and rips to know not much about lore in general, but I knew that their channel really liked inserting Flintstones, Snow Halation, and Nutshack into rips. That was the trifecta.
it's kind of all you need to know.
Hell yeah.
And as well as other popular memes like the CG rap. DK Rap unused version, Donkey Kong 64, if you're wanting to check this out.
Yeah, you use its full legal name.
Yes. Thinking about people who might not have actually seen any riffs on SiIvaGunner.
No, that's very good.
It's possible.
And no game is truly safe from high quality riffs. Learned that very early on.
Yep.
Now, of course, 2020 is the infamous year that COVID-19 spread across the globe, and it changed a lot of people's lives.
It did?
With all Rex, I had several extracurricular activities at that time. They were all canceled at that point. So
Yeah.
I, outside of work, because I've been doing a steady job ever since fall of 2018.
Word.
It meant that outside of job, I had a lot of extra free time to do whatever I wanted,
Mm-hmm.
but still having to essentially be quarantining. So I got to replay Super Mario Galaxy. I did some learning of Japanese for a bit.
That's cool.
But the reason why I mentioned the pandemic is the decision to start ripping essentially came from quarantine boredom.
Yeah.
You're like, I got fucking nothing else to do.
Yeah.
Quite honestly, that's the only thing I can think of where the first idea to make a rip was, hey, wouldn't it be funny if the DK rap was remixed into Rap God?
And the answer is yes. That would be...
You're thinking big with that. You came out with like, you're thinking, you're like, you came out and you were like, I'm going to steal the moon. And then did it.
Despicable me. Yeah, like, no, I had that idea, and immediately I was like, oh, this, like, if I try this is gonna take a long time. I've seen enough YouTube poops to know what sentence mixing should sound.
Mm-hmm.
Seen more than enough Michael Rosen. Seen more than enough Morshu. I know what sentence mixing should sound like, but I've never actually done it before.
Right.
But that thought would not leave my head. So I have the date written down. I remember the exact date I started on it. I started work on DK Rap God on July 23rd, 2020.
Wow.
That was the day that it took me about 3 hours to go through and slowly put together what would be the very first 4 lines.
Wow. Three hours for the first 4 lines.
Yeah, I've gotten better since then. I got faster and more effective as I was going.
Yeah.
And then having to go back and redo certain sections so that way it would sound cleaner and overall and doing all that.
I want to just ask like a technique question just because I'm so curious how you, because it's insane. It's one of the craziest rips I think I've ever heard.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
And I like, did you just like make a list of like the different sounds in the DK rap and then like reference, like how did you even, what was your, I have no idea how you did it.
Well, at the very start, I just had the lyrics written down and was just figuring out what sounds were needed just by going off of the lyrics.
Okay.
Eventually, I came up with a much better idea, and I set up a full phonetics breakdown. So there's, what is it? IPA, International Phonetic Alphabet. Did that for both the DK rap lyrics as well as the entirety of Rap God. Just to see, okay, like, this is the exact sound that I'm wanting to look for in this line.
Yeah.
In Rap God, where can I find that in the DK rap? Control F, copy paste, search.
That's so cool. What the fuck?
That way I could much more easily comb through and not have to try and sound it out in my head.
Right.
Yeah. Did you run into any situations where there weren't any for the certain phonetic that you're trying to use?
Good question.
Shockingly, no.
Wow. That's crazy.
There were some points where things like the word struggling, STR, does not show up anywhere in the DK rap altogether.
Uh-huh.
So I had to like, I don't remember if it was like, I had to take like 2 or 3 different sounds to try and get that together.
Wow.
And just different things like that. Let's see here. Where was I? I got off track on my thing.
Yeah. So this was the first thing you started making ever.
Yes, this was the first thing I started making, and surprisingly, I did not have Siva on my mind when I first started it.
Oh.
Oh, you were just like, I just want to do this.
Yeah, that was literally just like, I just want to do this.
That's awesome.
And it was fairly early on in the process when I got to, like, fairly early on, there's a line, made a living and a killing off it ever since Bill Clinton was still in office, with Monica Lewinsky feeling on his, well, yeah.
Is what?
Ooh. Trousers.
Nut shack.
Dude, and that part is so funny. The first time I heard that in that rip, I lost it.
Good. That was really good.
Yeah, that was the point where I realized two different things. One, I realized that the most of the DK rap does is use the word hell. Otherwise, it is fully clean.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, okay, I want to do some. I want to like stick like fairly closely to that, because there were some things. There are some like swear words. I particularly don't really like using like super vulgar sources or jokes.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So this is a berg8793 guarantee. You will not see me using yankin. You will not see me using. You will not see me using Mobamba, for example.
Yeah.
If it's like one or
Oh man, I'm so sorry for saying hose in the rap earlier.
No, that's fine. That's fine.
You're talking about garden tools.
Yeah, exactly.
Ah, of course.
Clearly. Yeah.
But yeah, if there's like one or two, then that's okay. Like I've done stuff with Astronaut in the Ocean before.
Yeah. And that's a pretty clean song, relatively.
Yeah. But I knew with Rap God going in that there was like, oh, there's a lot of swear words in here that I don't really want to use. I don't really want to work with.
Yeah.
So then I had the idea to use Nutshack instead. Sentence mix Nutshack. And again, that linked to two different things. One, I wanted to creatively censor the entire rest of Rap God with like DK64, like DK rap jokes, other stuff. And the other thing was that was the point where I realized, wait a second, this would be right up SiIvaGunner's alley.
Yeah.
It's just like, oh, if I continue with this, there's a like I might be able to, if not have it released on SiIvaGunner, then at the very least get like good feedback on like where to go and how to improve.
Right.
So I then joined the fan server.
Oh, what up?
I found the fan server by reading the channel description, like they always say.
Dude, let's go.
Nice.
And so I joined the fan server in early August 2020, and the rest, as they say, is history.
Hell yeah. Do you like the fan server?
I have not looked in the fan server in quite a long time. I do remember frequenting the fan server, like especially during 2020, very often.
Yeah.
I was mostly in the like ripping help and feedback chat.
Yeah.
Because I learned, I was already like knowing pretty early on, like, oh, I can like help out other people who are doing stuff. It's like, oh, this Flintstones is very clearly off key. You got to move it down a semitone. Things like that.
That's serious work. Like, and they thank you for that service. The feedback mines are a thankless job.
Yeah, that's actually like one, I spend a lot of time on the fan server. I never look at that channel. Almost never.
These days, if I'm looking in fan server, I'm mostly looking at the SiVa chat.
Yeah.
I was also much more present in the fan server for like ARG solving for winter of this past year.
Oh, yeah.
Because I knew stuff was happening behind the scenes. I knew people were creating stuff behind the scenes. I was not present for any of that. I did not play test any of it.
Okay.
So I went back to the fan server and was completely blind and was trying to help with solving it.
That's awesome. Yeah, I did the same thing.
Yeah, cool. Right. So where was I? Right. So yeah, creative censoring, and I was like, oh, I could try and get this into SiIvaGunner. And so I started from like the bare bones of like, wait, how does N64 Soundbank tool work? Because that's the tool that you use for working with N64 rips. I was like, wait, I need to actually download ROMs for this? That's not, yeah. Did not know literally one thing. And the initial stuff I was doing was like, oh, I got lucky and found stems for the DK rap on YouTube.
Yeah.
And so that was where I had like started off, and just like, oh, here's a sound font. Here's like a sound font with a bunch of rare games included in it that I found online. And I improved greatly over the next 3 months, because I remember finishing everything on October 23rd, 2020.
Wow.
It was exactly 3 months of on and off work.
Wow.
When I wasn't working on DK Rap God, I was leveling up a ton of other ripping skills at the same time.
Such as?
Let's see here. Well, first off, I learned how to do N64 rips legitimately with DK64, Super Mario 64, Kirby 64. Kirby 64 is one of my favorite video game soundtracks.
Oh, it's so good. It's so good.
Oh, it's great.
It was great to like work with that one early on.
Yeah.
I remember trying whatever like plugin you could use for like for NES, like whatever. I think it's literally just called NES VST.
NESVC, yeah.
Did not get it whatsoever. I was just like, this sounds awful. I cannot like tune this stuff by ear.
It's difficult.
I learned Famitracker,
Oh, nice.
so that way I could do both. I could work with both Game Boy and NES rips. In fact, new guy, you've got the list of contributions up.
I do.
If you look up for like fairly early on, there's a rip called Coo the Owl. I believe it's Alpha Mix, Kirby's Dream Land 2.
Yeah.
Yes, that was the first rip that I ever made with Famitracker.
Wow.
And I went into like full arrangement of Giorno's theme.
Nice.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah. So, and what else was there going on before I actually got into team?
I know you had like 3 rips. I know you had a Tetris one too, right?
Yeah, that was the one where I was like, I'm gonna use NES VST for this. Nope, this sucks. And then once I learned Famitracker, went back and was like, oh, this is so much easier.
Yeah.
Like it's so much easier to just use the actual song. Like use Famitracker for this. My goodness. So I never looked back on with those games.
Looking at the import allows you to retrace really easily, even in NES VST. So it makes it a lot easier to trace it, and you don't have to do it by hand. But I guess that also comes in question. I know that you have like a fork of GBA Muse Ripper. Is that true? Am I getting that right?
Yes, that was the other thing I was going to mention. Before I got on team, I was wanting to I had a crazy rip idea with Metroid Zero Mission.
Okay.
And the version of the active version of GBA Muse Ripper that was out at the time was not able to rip that game, along with several others.
Yeah, can you explain why?
Oh.
Or is it too much?
Oh, yeah, it's something to do with like how the ROM is set up.
Oh, interesting.
It was something to do with how the ROM was set up because the program itself would search for like where the music was located in the ROM, and then just do the ripping, pulling all of the midis and sound fonts out that way.
Wow.
And that would work for most GBA games, but not for Mother 3, definitely not for Metroid Zero Mission. So after looking around a bit, I did find like code online for a version of GBA Muse Ripper that claimed to be able to handle a bunch of extra games. It's like, well, this is great. Tried working. So over the next 4 days, I essentially gave myself a crash course in C++ coding.
Oh, wow.
I was gonna say, like, because I knew that's where you were going. I was like, do you code? Did you do code like in school or for job or anything like that? Or
I've done computer science classes in the past.
okay,
Never actually learned anything with C++.
wow, okay,
So I had to download Visual Studio, I believe, for Microsoft.
Yep.
I think I had to download a whole other coding environment in order to make it possible to work. And I had to essentially went through, debugged the code because the actual code the code that was up was not actually done correctly. I had to go through and learn how to debug it. And then eventually I got it to work.
that is crazy.
So that took about 4 evenings worth of work before figuring that all out.
Dude, good on you for like, my lazy ass would like, I'm not doing all that.
I couldn't either.
Just like, screw this, I'm gonna just use Metroid Fusion.
Yeah. Find another way out.
Exactly.
Yeah, but I wanted to use the one for Zero Mission because I wanted to use Mecha Ridley in particular.
Mm-hmm.
What came out of that was I had ended up finishing it like after I got on team, but it was a full 7. Wait, how long was it now? Versus, yeah, there we go. Versus like Mecha Ridley.
Oh yeah, 7 minutes 18 seconds.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, that's a full arrangement of Panic Attack by Dream Theater because one of the opening riffs is literally the exact same as Ridley's theme.
Wow.
Dun dun
Oh, wow.
dun 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 dun.
That's really cool. I think that's so cool because also one of our first interactions was me asking you how to use GBA Muse Ripper, because GBA ripping is hard. Well, at least for my opinion, it requires some grit, and you had like the most grit of all that you developed another program to rip the song that you wanted to, which is, I guess, a testament to your patience while you work on things and your ability to just keep going through.
Yeah, well, I don't know if I do that nearly as much these days, but I know very early on early on in my ripping career, in air quotes.
Yeah.
I had the tendency to go for ideas, but like sort of biting off more than I could chew, and then still being like, okay, we're gonna make this work.
Yeah.
So big examples that I can think of for that, like that demonstrate that exactly, are DK Rap God, obviously.
Yeah.
I have the like mixless rip of Popstar Kirby 64, which is a full arrangement of
Circus Gallop, right?
Yeah, a player piano piece that is essentially a precursor to Black MIDI, if you guys know what that is.
Yes, that rip is super great.
I don't.
You want to explain?
Sure, I'll do my best to explain. So back in the day, there were automatic player pianos that could you fed it a sheet of notes and it would play itself.
Yeah, I've seen those.
And so this particular composer, Marc-Andre Hamelin, I think he had a few pieces that were like trying to test the that sort of player piano to its absolute limit. And so one of the songs he made was called Circus Gallop, which is a song that is definitely impossible to play with one person, barely possible to play with 5 people in 10 hands.
It's like oh fuck, what's that thing called? Rush E.
Oh,
No,
yeah. It definitely gets into that territory.
Cool. Okay, I'm with it.
I don't think it gets quite into that territory.
Yeah, that one just goes fucking ridiculous.
But yeah, like Black MIDI is essentially like that concept times 1,000 or 1,000,000. Because like throughout most Black MIDI songs, like 98% of the keys are being played at any given time.
Yeah.
There are certain key hits that are being used, like essentially full keyboard smashes, which that would be in real life,
right.
But using those for percussion, and those just get crazy. But yeah, so I did a pop star rip where I took out a lot of the chaos of the original Circus Gallop by like moving it into like, oh, here's something with like a full instrumental.
Yeah.
But yeah, that one took me about a month to make, and I'm still very proud of it.
Yeah, that makes sense, because I mean, at one point I did try to make a rip of a Circus Gallop, and the thing is that it's hard to sift through what is like the actual meat of the melody and what is just like all this trash. Like,
yeah,
you really have to like go and find it, because if you look at the MIDI, like it helps a little bit, but there's just notes everywhere, and you have to discern where the melody is and what like all the chords are. And and there's a bunch of time signature makes no sense. Like it's a very funny and interesting song. So I was really glad that you're able to make it into something that is actually coherent. Like the riff is very good, and it's probably a more listenable version of Circus Gallop, to be honest.
You know what? I agree. I think I'd agree with that, honestly. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, that one is crazy. That one got reviewed. Shout outs to 7 Grand Mel on Tumblr, who was doing a bunch of rip reviews over the last couple of years.
Oh, I've seen that blog. Yeah, that shit's awesome.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah, so the first 2 things that they reviewed from me was DK Rap God and Popstar Circus Gallop, and they were worrying that I might be a masochist.
I mean, reasonable. It sounds like you love throwing yourself into these big crazy projects.
Yeah, with only that to go off of, I can understand why.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I mean, F&F Dancing Mad. Another a not very small feat. That was a big feat.
Oh yeah, that one was Funkin Mad, as I've called it. That's probably one of the greatest examples of that exactly. Funkin Mad is the height of that. There are plenty of people who watch the channel who will not know about this. So this is like full insider information right here.
Oh, yeah.
The audio for for all 4 of the rips that I made, Dancing Mad is the final boss theme from Final Fantasy VI.
Mm-hmm.
It is a 17-minute long epic put into into 4 separate movements. So I had made rips, like Friday Night Funkin' rips, 1 for each movement. And the audio for those rips was finished in late 2021, but all Friday Night Funkin' rips on SiIvaGunner need to have visuals with them. We established that very early on.
Mm-hmm.
And the visuals kept on being delayed due to other projects taking art priority, waning lack of interest in Friday Night Funkin' rips, because it was like the thing to rip in early 2021.
They were everywhere at that time, yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
It was unbelievable that we were able to get out as many as we did, considering just how much work that actually got put into each one.
Seriously.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there was like over the course of several months, we were getting three rips set up with visuals and released on Friday nights.
Every Friday, yeah.
But like over the next 2 years, spoiler alert on that, waning lack of interest in FNF rips, my overall vision for the visuals just was too difficult to achieve. So those 4 videos, the audio was done in 2021.
Wow.
They were only released in late November 2023.
Yeah, I just saw that.
Yeah, took a while, but it finally got done.
Yeah, that's the project that's had the most development hell for me.
Yeah.
Oy.
Well, it's very much good that they're out now. That's just like one of the other like huge undertakings, because I also know that it was a very novel thing for modding FNF time signatures in general, and with Dancing Mad especially, time signatures back even the time when it all got first attempted to be published into what it eventually became. That was one of the big roadblocks, is people were wondering, okay, like how are we going to actually get these time signatures hard coded into the game so Girlfriend's head doesn't just go entirely off beat?
Well, technically, we never got to that point with like hard coding it.
Yeah, was there a way around it or something?
Yeah, we just had it keep on going through, and there are enough like balanced beats
Oh,
across the whole like 4th movement in particular.
yes.
That movement in particular is like it keeps on moving between like 4/4 and 7/8, and like switches to 6/8, 6/8 and 7/8 in 1 or 2 spots. But there was enough points where that balanced that I just needed to add like 2 small beats of silence, and so that way everything could sync up for the slow section in 4/4.
Oh, that's really interesting.
Other than that, like if you go into the 4th movement video, you can see like there's cues where the whole screen does like a boom, boom, like the whole like outer edge of the screen sort of vibrates and like zooms in just a little. Yeah, you can if you focus on that, you can tell like, oh, this is way out of sync. Like this is way out of sync. This is not remotely following the music at all. And then by the end, it gets right back into sync for the slow section.
Oh, awesome. Yeah, so it all works out in the end. That's so funny.
Yeah, thankfully everything was like, oh, this is now going out of sync. Oh yeah, now Girlfriend's bopping her head the opposite way. Oh, and now it's back in sync.
Yeah, that's really great.
So yeah, for that we got very lucky that we did not need to hard code it. Even then, MTH did help with the charting on it.
Yeah.
Thank you, MTH.
Really amazing. Also, I guess we did touch on the festival medleys. I don't know if there's anything else to say about that, or if you want to talk about anything else in regards to like your SiIva background roles and like voice acting and things like that. That would be also really great to address.
Yeah. We'll get it. Yeah, we'll get into voice acting because that's also something that's. We'll get into voice acting in a little bit because that's also something that's going back like several years at this point.
Yeah.
But like for festival medleys, I think those are like the only original arrangements that I have done for SiIva.
Oh, wow.
I know like in the intervening years, SGFR was established. And I think at this point, I think I've made so few rips that the actual my actual arranging skills using custom sounds has kind of gone downhill, unfortunately. Actually, that actually lends itself quite well to something that I used to do back in the day was Oh, Siva is already niche. This is probably going to go even more niche, all things considered.
Okay.
Yeah.
Take us there.
So first off, we know Nico, right?
Nico Nico Doga.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. It's the Japanese equivalent of YouTube, but I think with nicer comment sections. One of the big things to do when Nico Nico was like first established, like around 2005, 6, 7, was people were composing and arranging medleys of songs and like posting them as videos on the site. And those were incorporating any like songs from like anime openings, endings, insert songs, J-pop, K-pop, video game background music of like any kind, idol games such as Idol Master. That was where I first learned about Idol Master.
Oh, wow.
Love Live, and then other songs that were just like, oh, this is the basis of like memes on the site. Memes on Nico Nico also had like audio incorporated into them as well.
Right.
And like one of the very first way that I learned about that was like how most people not in Japan learned about that which would have been, for those who are listening, search up Automatic Mario Kumakyoku. Like Automatic Mario Nico Nico Doga, I think that'll guaranteed be the first result.
Oh, Automatic Mario, I remember that.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, that was the gateway to me learning a lot about various songs. Like that is how I know about Idolmaster and Love Live. That's how I got to learn. That's how I learned about a ton of different video game songs. That's how I learned about a ton of animes. I've only seen a handful of animes, but again, I've only actually seen a handful of animes, but I've heard a ton of extra music from them because of these medleys. Yeah, I think I discovered those around like 2006 to 2007. I remember being in middle school at the time. I documented medleys on a wiki for several years, and then moved on over to composing and arranging my own medleys during 2013 to 2020, even as recently as 2020.
Oh, nice. They just kept active.
Yeah, kept it active, and then by like 2021, it with trying to balance that and working with SiIvaGunner at the same time just became too much, because all medleys on the site are like, oh, like there's an expectation that they've got to be like at least 6 minutes in length, if not longer, and be trying to do like full, like all of this with like full customized sounds, or as customized as I could do at the time. Just turned out to be like too much work for me.
Yeah.
But yeah, I still do have a couple of medleys that are still up on Nico Nico as far as I'm aware.
That's so cool. What the fuck?
And that sort of medley arranging experience occasionally shows on certain rips. For example, Lullaby Extended Mix Yume Nikki.
Oh, yeah. The collab.
For those of you who are not aware, Lullaby Extended Mix was the save screen theme for Yume Nikki. It's quite basic. Only uses one instrument, and that is the music box instrument that is present in like the general sound font for every Windows computer ever made.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, this should be like easily accessible. I want to try and get a collab made with this. So I reached out to a ton of people. Like I think I had like 40 some contributors in total, including myself.
Wow.
Yeah.
And when all was said and done, it was like 300 some entries
Oh, wow.
that I was then arranging over the next 3 months. And then thankfully got it out just on time to be able to have it go up on a significant release date, 17th anniversary of the game.
That's really great. I mean, another one of those just like enormous effort sort of collabs and big productions.
If we do that, I'm not hosting it.
Yeah. They're a lot of work.
Thinking back now, that was just too much work. That was too much.
Yeah, it takes a lot of time to put those together, and also to make sure that everything's going together. And like the thing is it's I guess people don't exactly understand or wouldn't immediately think that, okay, well, if you ever want to listen to its in entirety, you have to listen to like an hour or two of content, and that is just like an entire undertaking, and it's hard to be focused for an hour doing anything. So it's especially hard to just listen to a bunch of different melodies strung together and like actually be like, okay, is this actually going to work? Or
Yeah, no, By the time I was finally finished, I was like, I don't want to hear this music box sound ever again. I would love to work on anything else.
Yeah. That's hilarious.
I'm jumping in really quick. I have to piss so bad. I'm gonna piss really quick. I'll be right back.
Oh yeah.
Alrighty.
No, dude, get that shit.
Now's a good time for water break.
So, okay, I think from here, I'm just thinking like in potential avenues. I think we just went over that, and then you're gonna eventually get into like voice acting and stuff.
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay. No, but it's so funny because like I did the same thing with the Chocobo collab. It's very similar, and I think some other people like I think at some point like the project just got handed over to me, and then I remember we listened to it all in.
Myhox was in charge of that at first, right?
Yeah, I think so. And Spotty.
Oh yeah.
It got like shuffled over. I think they like needed some other people. They just got busy, and then I remember I was like, when it came time to QC it, like we just all jumped into QC VC. I don't know if you were there, but it was pretty funny. I put on a bunch of like, I was just streaming it in the VC, or I think and then they were just putting a bunch of like Subway Surfers gameplay and like Minecraft and like Family Guy, like the My Last Message beta mix treatment. And then we just listened to it for like 40 minutes while watching like Minecraft parkour, and
my goodness.
I actually got some good notes out of that. So it actually did work.
I definitely remember reviewing that collab, but I don't think I was in the group VC for that. I think I just gone through it on my own and found some stuff to get feedback for.
Beast. Because I could not be doing that. I see a rip over like 5 minutes. I'm like, skip.
Okay, I'm back, and also I've noticed that we have hit the hour mark. So why don't we talk about VA stuff and then we can wrap up?
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, yeah. Like I think we've gone through.
Unless you have like other stuff that you really want to touch on too.
Yeah, you have made like 1,000 rips or 500 rips. So
yeah, it's getting close. I believe the contributions I'm at now is like 487, if I've done my counting correctly.
That's more than me.
I have like 35.
And one of those just came out today.
Oh, sick.
Oh, nice. Happy upload day.
Yeah, that is a trailer video for SGFR's newest arrangement album, Lazy Tunes.
Oh, yeah.
And the people making the video wanted me to add some narration in as the current reigning host at the moment, Stingy.
Yeah. Do you think people like I'm a little tapped out at the moment. Because I do this. I don't know if you know this about me, but I do this thing where like I have seen almost every rip on the channel and I go through it chronologically. And as of today, I just hit September of 2024.
Oh.
So I'm still significantly behind.
Okay.
So I haven't seen.
You've got some good stuff to look forward to. I'll say that much right now.
You know what's so interesting though is I'm using. Do you know Bruzz's website?
Yeah, the Rip Player.
Yeah, so I've been using that to go through it, and it has the little like percentage thing, and I find it so fascinating that 10% of all content on the channel came out between September 2024 and now.
Wow.
Isn't that crazy? I feel like that's kind of nuts.
Yeah, there's so much content.
Anyway, all that is to say, I haven't seen
so much content.
Yeah.
I haven't seen any of the Stingy stuff yet, but like do you think keen-eared fans would have already identified from listening to this podcast that you were Stingy, or do you think you've done a boom big reveal like Pickle Rick?
I don't know if I would say that necessarily. People on the wiki know that I'm the one voicing Stingy.
Okay, it's public info already.
I think people in Fanserver also know that I'm voicing Stingy.
Okay.
I have mentioned it at least once.
Yeah.
Just giving full proper confirmation. But yeah, that in particular, I think it's not the first time that I've contributed my voice to SiIva in general.
Okay, what else did you do?
I have done some singing in a couple of rips.
Really?
Very nice.
One in particular, Fresh Vocal Mix Friday Night Funkin', is me doing a full a cappella cover of the track.
Wow.
Like including like multiple layers worth of beatboxing sounds. That one in particular is like at first I was like, oh, this starts with beatboxing. I can do beatboxing, and just went from there. And then we were able to turn it into like a full like tribute to Smooth McGroove returning to YouTube.
I was gonna say it's Smooth McGroove style.
Yeah. The visual. Yeah, we were like, oh, it'd be cool. The visuals could like split apart to be like all separate stuff. And Shoutouts to Brubsby for being able to pull that off.
Wow.
Like, to pull all of the video setup for that off. It was incredible.
Legend.
I've done some vocal covers and rips before. I also have narrated. I read out a couple of comments in the most recent comment simulator that we had, which would have been the start of 2024.
And is this like, did you put yourself in the position where people like, hey, we're like looking for voice work, and you were like, hey, yeah, I'll do that, or like, did you like what made you want to do voice work?
For SiIva in particular, most of those opportunities were literally just me I think it was just me volunteering myself.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Where it was especially with Comment Simulator, both of the ones that show up in there are both voluntary. Me volunteering to be like, I can do, like, sure, I can do that.
Yep.
One of the comments on that in particular is one from one of my own riffs.
Fitting.
So it's this is such a this is such like a lengthy, drawn out comment. Like, this needs to be narrated for the drama. This text to speech cannot do this justice.
Hell no.
And then the other one is me doing a Mickey Mouse impression.
Oh, nice.
Which I'm not sure. Which like I remember dropping that in the chat, like dropping that in the team server, and multiple people lost their minds.
Yeah.
Or at least it certainly looked like that based on reactions. I don't think anybody knew I could do that.
It's a good Mickey Mouse speaks volumes.
Did you know you could do that?
Yeah, I known I could do that for a while. I've got an all right I've got a pretty good Mickey Mouse impression, if I do say so myself. Boy.
Oh my god.
Oh boy. We got the real
So
Mick.
you said you wanted a Mickey Mouse impression?
Okay, so now I'm gonna lay down the beat, and then you're gonna do a rap as Mickey Mouse.
No. I don't have the talent for freestyling like that. I'm sorry. We can't do it the other way around.
Oh, Mickey.
So I've got a great Mickey Mouse impression. I've got a pretty darn good Mario impression. I think I have, like, some of this is also related to like some stuff that I've done like in extracurricular stuff, like well before I joined SiIva. And another one that we could have done something with when we had the Valve Portal event.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I have an okay GLaDOS impression.
Oh, wow.
Wow, that is also really crazy.
That was not that great, actually.
What are you talking about?
I mean, I could hear it.
That in particular, I could do better. Surprise! I made it all up.
Wow.
If I had known trapping you would have been this easy, I would have dangled a turkey leg on a rope from the ceiling.
Dude, you put the right like vocal filter over that. It's convincing as fuck.
He is the vocal filter. He was like, I think it was also made like you just you pitch straighten it a little bit, and I think it's good. That's pretty good. Pretty good.
So now, like, as for how I got into like doing some of this voice acting stuff, that's probably one of the crazier stories out of the like experience with video games, experience with music, experience with voice acting. I think is one of the crazier ones. I first discovered a YouTube channel, unfortunately, has now been removed from YouTube, called Hana Yori Uta, around in 2015. That channel was posting playthroughs of one of the Idolmaster games, and the guy behind the channel had fully translated all of the lines, because it originally Idolmaster games, Japan, like all in Japanese. It's all voiced in Japanese as well.
Totally.
So he went through and did all of the subtitling for all of the lines, and like subtitled it into English. And then in these Idolmaster games, you are playing the role of a producer for these idols. And the producer does have lines, but they're not voiced at all. He voiced them himself in English. So it was like, oh, this is so cool. And those videos, and then other video game live streams that he had done, where he was like, he and his girlfriend and other friends that he had were like going through the whole thing and voice acting the whole way through. Those sorts of things was where I realized how much fun voice acting could be.
Uh-huh.
Now, unfortunately, between like mostly like 2017 to 2020, unfortunately, a majority of the like fan projects that I have been involved with at like from that point on have either crashed and burned or stalled into indefinite hiatus, which not great. I think the most prominent experience of that was I spent most of my year 2017 voicing my way through a fan dub of the first Danganronpa game, Trigger Happy Havoc.
Nice.
What character did you? Who were you?
You were Makoto, right?
I voiced Makoto.
The GOAT, dude.
That's crazy.
Makoto Naegi. I'm a perfectly average high school student.
Oh, goodness.
But yeah, I went through that, like, yeah, it was just like off and on work over the course of that full year. And I also went through it blind. I had seen the prologue, I knew the premise, but I did not know anything else going in. I did not know who died or anything like that.
Wow, so you figured it out.
So you got to method act.
Yeah, yeah, there was some good method acting that came out of that, but overall, for something like a murder mystery like Danganronpa, especially if you get very attached, especially if you get like attached to characters and are like very easily emotionally disturbed, would not recommend it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just wouldn't recommend it in general.
Yeah, it took me a couple of years to recover from that. It was just not. Yeah, no. That was. Yeah, it took a while for me to like fully like emotionally recover from that.
Yeah.
And on top of that, the communities there were a couple of different voice acting communities I was in like throughout those few years, and unfortunately they became quite toxic and they were tough on my mental health. So I had to give up on practically all of that midway through 2021.
Yeah.
And thankfully, this year has been a nice resurrection for my love of amateur voice acting stuff.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah, like a bit with the Comet Simulator. Stingy has been so much fun to voice.
Yeah.
It's been a lot of fun to record him. And other than that, I have a single line as Dr. Andonuts. So I'll be interested to see what might happen with me potentially voicing Dr. Andonuts going forward.
Hell yeah,
Hell
dude.
yeah. So-called free thinkers.
Well, sick. Yeah, if there's anything else you wanted to touch upon real quick before we call it here, now is your chance.
Let's see here.
I have a quick question, actually.
Oh yeah, sure. Go for it. All questions welcome.
Is Berg short for burger?
No, it is not.
Is it Bergen trucking, like from Undertale?
I wish.
Oh, Heisenberg.
Yeah, it is.
We figured you out.
Oh dang.
Which, for spoilers, is Walter White.
Whoa, dude.
I'm honestly surprised neither of you went for the iceberg obvious joke.
Oh, yeah.
I used that as a nickname. Oh, wait, no, you did. Oops. You did. You use that every Christmas for as a nickname. Iceberg 879.
Yes, I do.
Oh, that's fun.
Great.
I do indeed, yeah.
Very festive.
I mean, if we're wanting to get into like the reason for my nickname is it's honestly not that much. I will say if you're watching this and you are on team, if you go back far enough in like QOC messages, you will actually see my full like first and last name in there, which is something that I did not quite think through when I was initially emailing subs.
Yeah, whatever. It happens.
And I'm all right with saying this. The numbers are because that's my birthday.
Whoa.
August 7th, 1993.
That's cool. I had no idea.
Oh, I thought you were born in 8,793, and I was like, whoa.
BC? Come on, man. He's not that.
No, Berg from the future.
That's how I was able to voice Dr. Endonuts so well, wasn't it?
Oh, Bruzz. I love that.
Sick, dude.
All right. So yeah.
Yeah, if it honestly feels kind of odd to like to talk so much about myself and with ripping. I don't do that very often. It feels like to me self-promotion where it's like, oh, you gotta like promote yourself for like a resume or job interview. I absolutely hate doing that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
It's
at the
'cause,
same
like,
time, okay.
You go.
No.
Okay. I was gonna say like for like interviews it feels a lot like it feels very much like selling yourself, whereas I feel like, when you talk about your hobbies, it's such like you get to really show yourself off. It's less of a
Yeah.
I'm trying to sell myself because I know that whoever wants to hear it is going to be judging me, like for better or for worse, So it's nice to just be able to talk about what you want to do and like why you do it and why it's fun and like let that be known and share that with people because not everybody knows these things. SiIvaGunner is really niche, so I think we need more voices talking about it.
And also, we get so few opportunities to talk about these things in a space like this, you know? Right? Like even if this wasn't something that was published, I think there's still like value in, cuz like we all have this wealth of knowledge and experience in our heads that's so laser specific to this thing that like I think it's still worthwhile to just like get together and chat about it, chat about our histories and what brought us all here and all that stuff. I think it's fun.
All right. Well, I guess with that, that's a pretty good ending or like kind of wrap up. So if you want to do the outro.
Yeah, Berg, I know you just said that you don't like self-promoting yourself, but if there is anything that you want to share with the people listening, any kind of social media or project or something you want to put some eyes on, now is a good time to do it.
Okay. See, the thing is, I don't use most of the social. I have a few social medias, but I don't really use them.
Yeah.
I don't really use them very often these days. I mean, I am on Twitter, or X as it's now called. Bleh. I still think of it as Twitter because I was active on Twitter for like just a little while, and then after 2021 I stopped using it
Yeah.
for the most part. So I essentially abandoned it before it became X. So I still think of it as Twitter in my mind. I have a SoundCloud account, which I have not done very much with these days, but I have the ability to like have like infinite time for like infinite minutes on there for uploading. It used to be like, oh, you can only upload 600 minutes or something of content.
Oh, damn, really? I didn't know that.
And now it's like, oh, now you like they've changed the account types, so now I can post as much as I want. I'm thinking like I could probably post a bunch of rips that I've made on SoundCloud, just have those up individually. I think that could be fun.
Yeah.
So if you want to follow me for that, you can totally do that. I'll get to that when I get to it. I also have a YouTube account, which I mostly use for making comments and not as much for uploading videos. Other than that, obviously I am on Discord,
Oh, no way.
as you can tell by the fact that we're in a Discord call right now. But I guess my YouTube channel, also under berg8793, is where you would be able to find a playlist that I have called My Contributions to SiIvaGunner, where you can see all of the rips and collabs and other contributions that I have made over the years, starting from like Halloween 2020 all the way to present day.
Fuck.
Wow.
Yeah.
Everybody go follow him, add him on Discord, send him a message, send him the little Discord wave emoji.
Yeah, Wumpus wave.
Actually, don't do that, but like you can if you want. But anyways, it was really nice talking to you, man.
Yes.
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun. This has been a lot of fun. Thanks for having me on the podcast.
Of course. Especially from my perspective, it was very good, very great to get to learn all this stuff about you, and I'm sure everyone listening feels the same way.
Oh yeah.
That is going to do it for this episode of the HQP. Thank you all so much for listening, and we'll see you again in the next one. Thank you, and goodbye.
Bye.
Bye for now.